Along with Max Durbin, welcoming you to the Assembly Center on the campus of Louisiana State University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This afternoon, what many consider to be the dream game of the 1976 NCAA tournament, perhaps a week early, pits the number 1 ranked Clarion Hoosiers of Indiana University and the number 2 rated Warriors of Marquette in the championship of the Mideast Regional. The winner today will advance to the NCAA Finals in Philadelphia next weekend for a shot at the ultimate in college basketball, the national championship. Today's game matches 2 extremely successful basketball coaches and 2 highly talented teams, each getting here with a very different approach to the game, yet in many respects much the same. We'll talk more about that and set the stage for this most dramatic contest in just 1 minute. This is the WIRE Hoosier Energy Basketball Network. Back in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, as we get set for today's ball game, the Mideast Regional Championship contest between Indiana and the Marquette Warriors. Head coach Al Maguire, head coach Bobby Knight, 2 interesting individuals, Max Durbin, and 2 guys that approach the ball game in different styles, but both are very successful with whichever style they decide to go with.
You're quite right there. They both talk about discipline, Don, but we, of course, interpret discipline a little different way, but there's no question they're well coached, no matter what you want to call that discipline. Both very good on defense, with the Warriors only giving up something like 60 points a game, so you know their defense is tough. Bobby Knight has come to the peak, the pinnacle that he is with a defensive team, although his teams lately have been scoring quite well. This is just, the only thing that's wrong with this game, it ought to be the championship game for the NCAA.
I think, Max, if we look at these 2 basketball teams, you take a look at analyzing the 2 clubs. Indiana, a physical basketball team with good jumping ability and good quickness, but Marquette maybe a little bit better jumping ability and more quickness, but not nearly as physical.
Well, that's right. As we both heard Al Maguire talk yesterday at the press conference, he felt his team was a little fragile, as he called it. They're good leapers, they're tall, but they're not the beefy guys that we see around the Big Ten. And he indicated that, in the future he probably is going to have to recruit more for the heavy players. So we'll see if beef can do what they can do against the more slender, thoroughbred style, as he likes to call it.
Just as short a pass along, Max. Michigan, I guess, leads by 5 with 19 seconds to go in their ball game in the Midwest Regional.
Well, I think Michigan's going its way to the championship game. I just can't see how it can miss, and I just hope the Hoosiers can get there to meet them. Wouldn't that be something, with 2 Big Ten teams meeting as in the finals of the NCAA?
Max, again, as we look at these 2 clubs, Al Maguire, well, a free spirit, to say the least. He calls himself the original flower child, a guy who was out this morning riding a motorcycle.
That's right. He came in about 10 o'clock, his hair all wind-blown. He's been out riding his bike, and so somebody asked Bobby Knight yesterday, did he like to ride a motorbike? And he said, well, I tried once, couldn't get it started, and I kicked the thing in the ditch. So 2 entirely different kinds of people. Maguire out this morning. We've seen Knight pretty close-lipped, as he is most of the time, in his room right before we came out here. Very quiet, very pensive about the whole thing. I think the crowd here is one thing we might comment on. Last year, you remember, we were at the same point at Dayton, Ohio, down against Kentucky, a team we'd beaten by 20 points or so early in the year. The fans felt we were going to win it, even with May not in there. I don't feel that here today. The fans are quite apprehensive about this whole thing, and I think it permeates all through there. One more thing about that, I think that Marquette is in, here's the final.
Michigan 95, Missouri 88.
95-88. Michigan now goes to the Final Four. But as I was saying, you recall when we got off the elevator one time there this afternoon in a hotel where the Marquette fans were staying, Marquette said, some fans said, remember, you've got to beat us. We don't really have to beat you. And I think that probably describes it. It's a case where here we're number 1. We're supposed to win. We're trying to hold on. What a tragedy it would be for Indiana to lose after being undefeated. All these kind of things. And here's Marquette. If they don't win, so they're number 2. If they do win, see, we should have been 1 all the time. So I think the pressure is on Indiana, even though Bobby Knight says, pressure is a figment of the imagination of sports writers and broadcasters.
14,327 in here at the Assembly Center today. It's a packed house. Great number of Indiana fans on hand. Likewise for Marquette. And we're sure the other representatives here on the tournament, Alabama and Western Michigan, still have some stragglers on to see this championship ball game. Well, Rutgers is also to the Final Four, and we'll be back to lineup for this ball game after the 60-second break. This is the WIRE Hoosier Energy Basketball Network. Give you a look at the starting lineup for today's ball game, ladies and gentlemen. For the Marquette University Warriors, under head coach John Maguire, with a 27-1 record this year. At the forwards will be Maurice Bo Ellis, 6'9", a junior from Chicago, Illinois, a 12-point scoring average. Earl Tatum, 6'6", a senior from Mount Vernon, New York, an 18-2 scoring average. At center, Jerome Whitehead, 6'10", a sophomore from Waukegan, Illinois, a 9 scoring average. At the guards, Lloyd Walton, 6'1", 160, a senior from Chicago, Illinois, a 10-9 scoring average. And Butch Lee, 6'1", 180, a sophomore from New York, a 13.9 scoring average. That's the starting forwards for Indiana this afternoon. And Scott May, 6'7", 218, a senior from Sandusky, Ohio, a 24-point scoring average, the player of the year. For Tom Abernathy, 6'7", 220, a senior from South Bend, Indiana, a 9.8 scoring average of the other forward. At center will be Kent Benson, 6'11", 245, a junior from Newcastle, Indiana, a 17.1 scoring average. At the guards, Bobby Wilkerson, 6'7", 200, a senior from Anderson, Madison Heights, an 8.3 scoring average. And Quinn Buckner, 6'3", 203, a senior from Phoenix, Illinois, an 8.6 scoring average. Indiana under Bobby Knight, 29-0 this year. And Indiana, of course, against the Marquette team that has lost only once, they are 27-1 under Al Maguire. Well, that's it for the tip-off, and we'll be back for today's ball game of the Mid-East Regional Championship after this break from Hoosier Energy. We're set for the tip-off of the Mid-East Regional Championship between Indiana and Marquette. Jumping center, Bobby Wilkerson is 6'7" for Indiana. And Bo Ellis for Marquette, standing in at 6'9". The officials are Brown and Jack Deedy. We're set for basketball here this afternoon at Baton Rouge at the Assembly Center. And now the official backs away a moment. Apparently the commercial not over with as of yet. Quinn Buckner is way down court as Earl Tatum is also down there. And so Buckner and Tatum, neither one around the circle. And now we're ready for basketball. Here's the tap controlled by Marquette's Bo Ellis. He tips it off to Walton, and Walton playing with a bad pass, fires it inside. It's almost taken away. Whitehead's got it. He goes to Butch Lee. Baseline jump shot around, no good. Whistle blows, and a foul called, or a traveling violation, rather, against Marquette. So Indiana gets the basketball. Some full-court pressure down the floor. Tommy Abernathy to Bobby Wilkerson. Wilkerson across the sideline, picked up by Tatum. Tatum out at the guard spot. Walton is down low against Scott May. Here's a bounce pass to May. Jumper in the air by Scotty. Good! Scott May hits the first 2 points of the ball game, and Indiana takes a 2-0 lead. Lloyd Walton across the timeline. Right side pass comes to winner Earl Tatum. Tatum against May. And a foul is called on Scott May. So May picks up his first personal foul of the ball game. Tatum is the top scorer for Marquette, an 18-2 scoring average, and at least defensively, Scott May head up on Tatum. Here's the pass in bounds, and here's a driving shot by Tatum, and he puts it in. And it's a tie ball game of 2-all. Down the floor, Quinn Buckner across the timeline. Tie ball game, Indiana and Marquette. Buckner to Benson. Hook shot is up. He got it! Kent Benson scores his first 2 of the game, and Indiana takes a 4-2 lead. Now Walton across the timeline. The floor general for this Marquette team. Passes to Butch Lee. Right side up Ellis. Down low to Walton, and he's traveled with the basketball. Roy Walton travels with the ball. He slid that time. And Indiana will get the basketball back. That's the second turnover by Marquette. Bobby Wilkerson now brings it across the timeline. Lloyd Walton is on Scott May. Bounce pass to Buckner. Jump shot up. He got it. Quinn Buckner scores his first 2, and Indiana takes a 6-2 lead. Here is Butch Lee for Marquette. Driving to the right side. Trying to get past Buckner. Cannot do it. Lee to the baseline. And now a foul called on Buckner. And Bobby Knight is off the bench, and he can't believe that call was made. Bobby Knight saying the forearm is being used by Butch Lee. So the foul on Buckner is his first of the ball game. Second team foul against Indiana.
Marquette using a box and a one chaser on defense. We'll see what they do the next time down.
Lee passes into Tatum. Back to Lee. Lee now works it to the right corner, to the baseline, underneath, puts the shot up, no good, rebound, right head, taken away, whistle blows, and a foul called. Foul underneath. We'll see if it's on Scott May. It's on Quinn Buckner. So he has got 2 personal fouls. So 2 on Buckner, 1 on May, 3 team fouls against Indiana. And the officials calling it a lot closer than they did Thursday night.
They certainly are. Now, Maguire thought that would help his team if he got that kind of call.
Jerome Whitehead goes to the stripe. Free throw around, no good. Whitehead's first attempt at the line. He'll have an opportunity for one more. 6-2 the score. Indiana on top by 4. Whitehead trying to cut the lead to 3. Second shot good. Whitehead's first point of the game. It's 6-3, Indiana. Hoosier basketball down the floor. Indiana comes. Right now, Walton's on Scott May, the rest in the zone. Here's the pass to Benson. The ball tipped away and a foul call on Bo Ellis. So Ellis picks up his first foul of the ball game. First team foul against Marquette. And Indiana will have a basketball underneath their own bucket.
Well, that's really interesting to put Walton no bigger than he is on Scott May.
Walton also slowed a little bit by a calf injury. Pass outside comes to Bobby Wilkerson. Wilkerson looks down low to Benson. Shot up. Good! Benson beats Whitehead again, and 4 points for Bennett. Indiana 8, Marquette 3, a 5-point Hoosier lead. Down to Bo Ellis, the from Butch lead. Ellis driving. Shot is up. Good. Bo Ellis drove right to the bucket, and he picks up his first 2 of the game. 8-5 the score. Indiana by 3 points. Bobby Wilkerson, top of the key dribble. Stopping and holding. Looking for help. Fires a jump shot. Good. Bobby Wilkerson fires at home his first 2 of the game, but Indiana's shooting. 10-5 the score. Across the timeline. Walton to Lee to Ellis. Inside to Tatum, and he travels. Third turnover now for Marquette. Indiana will get the basketball back again, and they are hot shooting.
5 for 5. That's how hot they are.
10-5 the score, IU. Across the timeline, Bobby Wilkerson. Stopped by Tatum, looks for Buckner, finds Quinn into Benson, turns around, back to Quinn, jump shot by Buckner, short, rebound May, whistle blows. We get a foul call on Scotty May inside. And May now has 2 fouls. So May and Buckner have picked up 2 personals apiece. That is 14 fouls against Indiana. And the Hoosiers have 2 players in a little bit of trouble this early in the ball game with 17-20 gone. Across the timeline, bounce pass from Walton to Tatum. Tatum inside Ellis. Jump shot up is good. Bo Ellis with his 4th point of the game. 10-7 score, Indiana by 3. Bobby Wilkerson across the timeline to the top of the lane. Bounces into Benson. Turnaround jump shot. Good. Dan Benson continues the hot trend with his 6th point of the ball game. Indiana 12, Marquette 7. The Hoosiers still to miss in this basketball. Now we'll bring it across the midcourt line. Lee, left side to Walton. Lloyd Walton dribbling across the lane. Looking for help. Now to the baseline. Stops, holds, lost the handle. Whitehead up with it. Shot is up around, no good, and Tommy Abernathy clears the board. Abernathy for Indiana. Tommy passes to Bobby Wilkerson. Wilkerson across the midcourt line to the top of the lane. He throws it down, brings it outside, looks for help, gives to Buckner. Quinn fires a long jump shot. Good! Indiana is really sizzling the nets here at the outset as Buckner picks up his 4th point. Now across the timeline, Butch Lee with the basketball to Lloyd Walton, and Walton gives to Tatum. Earl Tatum now against Bay, back outside of Walton. Walton looking for the shot. Goes to the baseline, and he dribble. So the Warriors making some mistakes that are costing them, and they have made 4 turnovers now in the ball game. Indiana by 7, a chance to up at the 9. Here is Wilkerson now. Bobby looks outside, goes left to May. Jump shot by Scotty is in and out. No, rebound Benson, puts it back up, and good! What a move by Benson. Benson now with 8, and a timeout Marquette. And the score, Indiana 16, Marquette 7 with 15:50 to go in this first half. And listen to that Indiana crowd. We'll be back in a minute. 55 for Marquette for 60%. Both teams shooting well. Here is Lloyd Walton across the timeline to Earl Tatum, and Tatum against Scott Murray. On the dribble, fires a long jump shot. No good. Rebound knocked away. Put up by Whitehead. Around and going. Jerome Whitehead picks up his third point of the game. Indiana against full-court pressure now, and Bobby Wilkerson breaks it. 3-on-2 break down the left side into Benny. Lost the handle. Out of bounds. Bad pass out of bounds by Wilkerson. Benny couldn't hold on.
That rebound a moment ago for the basket by Marquette was the first rebound they've had.
So Butch Lee with the ball. Bounces left side to Tatum. Tatum in trouble. Now dribbles it out of it. Holds on. Fires it away to Butch Lee. Lee now driving to the right side to the baseline. Cut off. Fires a jump shot. Short. Rebound. Clint Buckner comes up with a loose ball. Buckner being hammered down there. Finally comes up with it. And they call traveling. Traveling is called against Indiana. That's the third turnover against the IU. So Marquette will have the basketball. Will make the inbound pass. He does to Whitehead. Back outside it comes to Tatum, and back to Lloyd Walton right side against Bobby Wilkerson. Walton now clears away to Butch Lee. Top of the lane left side to Bo Ellis. Ellis left side. Cross court to Tatum. Jumper in the air. Good. Earl Tatum finds the range for his fourth point. Full-court pressure again, and Indiana's Tommy Abernathy trying to dribble out of trouble. Goes to Scott May. Down the right side. Bounces to Benson underneath. Shot good. Left-handed layup by Benson. He's got 10. Indiana now an 18-11 leader over Marquette with 14:33 to go. First half. Across the time. Lee looking right. Throws it away to Tatum. Tatum now. Goes left, comes back right, goes to Butch Lee outside. Lee drives at the left wing to the baseline. Long 23-footer, gone. Lee has got his first two of the game, and it's 18-13. Indiana, 5-5. Here is Clint Buckner breaking the full court pressure. Down the middle, gives inside of May. Jump shot up by Scotty, good. Scott May has got his fourth point. Indiana red hot from the field. 20-13. IU by 7 again. Here is Butch Lee for Marquette across the midcourt line. Lee right side of Bo Ellis. Ellis holds on. Cross court to Tatum. Long 16-foot jumper. Good again. Earl Tatum has got his 6th point, and he's been hot in this first half so far. Here is Buckner up to Scott May. May driving to the stop baseline. Comes back to Buckner. They'll set it up. Buckner dribbles it. Stops. Gives to May. May on the drive. Inside. Shot up. No good. Whistle blows. Who's it on? Scott May has just been called for his third foul of the ball game. Scotty May picks up foul number 3. May, with 4 points, has 3 personal fouls, and Rain Radford will come off the bench for IU. Now Marquette has the basketball. Al Maguire line. Right side pass to Tatum. Tatum faking, driving, stopping, shooting, and in and out, good. It went back in again as Tatum has got his 8 point. 20-17, and Bobby Knight wants a timeout. Herb Brown now. Hold on. Bobby wants a technical call on Maguire for being off the bench when the clock is running.
Wayne Radford replacing Scott May in the lineup for Indiana.
Here comes Wayne Radford now, and that may also have been why he wanted an official's timeout, so Radford could come in because the ball got away from the official. Here is Wilkerson now, bouncing away to Radford, up court to Buckner. Buckner driving right side, crosses the key, whistle, and a foul. Earl Tatum is called for this personal. Tatum picks up his first of the ball game.
3 points.
So, Indiana ball as Wilkerson comes up with it. Bobby Holding. Down in the corner past Abernathy. May is out with 3 personal fouls here early. Bounce pass to Benson in the corner. Shot around, no good. Rebound tipped up and good. Let's see who it belongs to, Buckner or Radford. I think Quinn got it, and Buckner's got 6. 22-17, IU by 5. Inside pass knocked away, but picked up by Bo Ellis. Ellis back inside of Jerome Whitehead. Shot no good, and Tommy Abernathy clears the board. Abernathy looks for help. Clears it out to Buckner. Quinn across the timeline. Buckner works against Walton, and they go back into their zone defense. Now, pass outside comes away to Wilkerson. Wilkerson, top of the key dribble. Looking left, gives to Quinn. Buckner baseline inside of Benson. Off to Abernathy. Shot up, no good. No foul called. And the ball belongs to Marquette. Down the floor, Tatum to Lloyd Walton. Walton to the baseline. He's cut off. Turns around. Brings it back outside to Tatum. Now to Butch Lee. Right side to Bo Ellis. Ellis on the wing. Threw it cross court to Walton. Walton driving. Shot is up. He missed it. Tip up, no. Ellis with a rebound up and in. Bo Ellis with it by Marquette now. Wilkerson behind the back to Quinn Buckner. Buckner double team. Drives it left side. Inside Abernathy. Baseline. Stops. Back out to Quinn. Buckner now fakes the shot. Abernathy, baseline, jumper, good. In and out, no good. Rebound, tip to Wilkerson. 16-foot jumper, good. Bobby Wilkerson now with 4. Indiana 24, Marquette 19, and Indiana continues to shoot tremendous field goal percentage here. Right side pass comes to Wood Ellis. Ellis for Marquette now. Inside pass to Jerome Whitehead. He passes away inside. A traveling violation called on Butch Lee. Maguire now sending in Bernard Toone for the first time. 5 turnovers in the ball game for Marquette. And so Toone in the ball game. He replaces Whitehead at the center position. Now Bobby Wilkerson works it left side, bounce pass to Radford. Back outside to Wilkerson. Bobby bounces it with Abernathy. Jump shot up. He got it. Tom Abernathy gets his first bucket of the ball game, and it's 26-19 Indiana. Hoosiers again taking Walton right side of Bernard Toone. Toone now bounces back out to Tatum, top of the key, left side of Walton. Lob pass to Ellis. Ellis back out to Walton. Walton now with a basketball on the baseline, dribbling it. Now faking the shot, bounces in, knocked away, scramble. Radford fights for it, jump ball. Wayne Radford and Bo Ellis battling for the loose ball, and they'll jump it up at the attacking circle of Marquette. Mismatch here in the jumping department. Radford standing in at 6'3", Ellis at 6'9".
Don, we're really seeing some sensational shooting out here by both teams, and it's not because it's poor defense.
No, it certainly is not. They are really scrapping on defense. Here's the chip, easily controlled by Marquette. Butch Lee with it. Fakes the shot, goes to Walton. Jumper from 18. Around, no good. Tipped up and picked off by Quinn Buckner. Buckner down the floor. Quinn across the timeline. Left side dribble. Stops inside to Benson. Hook shot is up and Benson hits again. Benson now with 12. 28-19 the score. Indiana leading it right now by 9. Here is Butch Lee, biggest lead of the game for IU. Right side pass to Bernard Toone. Toone with the ball in the right wing. Looking for Tatum. Crosses over to Ellis. Ellis lost the ball, and it's going to be saved by Toone. Toone with some good hustle that time, making the save. Butch Lee to Tatum. Tatum right wing. He's against Radford. Back top of the key and a drive. Butch Lee down the middle. Puts it up and missed it. Rebound. Kent Benson for Ione's foul. Butch Lee or Bernard Toone got him. Both of them got him.
Everybody knows. Hard.
Is good. Wayne Radford's first 2 of the game. Ball got away from the officials. Marquette basketball, and Indiana's taking a 30-19 lead, an 11-point margin.
Indiana hitting 15 out of 21 shots right now.
So the ball belongs to Marquette. They trail by 11. Ellis with the ball out to Butch Lee. Lee now fires a long 20-footer around, no good. Rebound. Benson clears the boards like an animal out there. He is just tearing them apart. 30-19 IU. Hoosiers with an 11-point lead in the basketball as Wilkerson crosses the line, bounces in the corner to Radford. Radford to Benson. He turns around to Abernathy. A whistle blows. Traveling call on Tom Abernathy. So the turnover against Indiana. And with the basketball gives to Rosenberger. Left side of Bo Ellis on the wing. Crosses over to Tatum. Free throw line. Jump shot is around, no good. Tatum rebound, back up, and got it this time. Tatum with 10 points. Here is Bobby Wilkerson now. Up court pass goes to Wayne Radford. Radford turns around, clears it back outside. It goes to Wilkerson. Wilkerson looks in, bounces to Abernathy. Back off to Wilkerson. Wilkerson now going to the corner to Radford. Radford bounces to Benson, turns around, dribbles, passes outside. It's knocked away. Radford saves it. Wayne turns around. Outside pass to Bobby Wilkerson. Good play there. Great aggressiveness on Indiana's part. Bounce to Benson. Turning around, hook shot is no good. Rebound Buckner. And Quinn tried to save it. He does to Wilkerson and saves it to Radford. Radford in the corner, pass to Buckner. Buckner Buckner now. Back outside. It goes to Bobby Wilkerson. Wilkerson now. Back to Buckner. Buckner right wing. The top of the key to Wilkerson. The Spider-Man back to Quinn. Long jumper in the air. In and out. No. Rebound tapped up out of bounds. It'll belong to Marquette. Benson got the land. Is back in the ball game at center. Here is Whitehead with the ball. Left side pass to Rosenberger. He fires a long bomb. Good. Rosenberger with his first field goal of the game, and that was a long shot from out of the country. 30-23, and Marquette back to within 7 now. Indiana is led by as many as 11. Here's the pass crossed over to Radford in the corner. Wayne back outside of Wilkerson, now to Buckner. Quinn faking, dribbling once, down in the corner to Abernathy, back to Buckner, back to Wilkerson. Bobby fires a jump shot in the air, no good. Rebound fought for, knocked away and pulled out by Walton to Marquette. And now the Warriors a chance to cut that 11-point lead down to 5. Here is Walton walking it across the sideline, throwing it down, looking in, giving to Whitehead. Whitehead in trouble, double team, gives to Rosenberger. He's to the baseline drive, stops, inside pass taken by Tatum. Tatum driving, his shot up around, no good. A whistle blows and a foul is called. Bobby Wilkerson, I believe, picked up the personal. Wilkerson's first of the ball game. So Indiana now committed 16 fouls with 7:16 to go. The next foul will put them in the 1-and-1.
Indiana now beginning to miss just a little. They could not keep up that torrid pace, and here's where they're going to start missing Scott May now. He's the guy that comes through in the clutch.
Here's the jump shot up, or the free throw up. Little jumper by Tatum that time, but he's got his 11th point of the game. Opportunity for one more. He almost leaps into the air with his shot, and he pops his second one. He's got 12. 30-25, and Marquette has cut the lead down to 5 points. Wilkerson up court to Tommy Abernathy. Ab back to Wilkerson, and Bobby breaks it across the timeline. Wilkerson now bounces in the corner to Radford. Wayne back outside to Wilkerson. Wilkerson now slowly on the dribble, stops, gives inside to Benny. Benson back out to Wilkerson. Wilkerson into Benson. Off to Radford. Jumper by Wayne is up short. Rebound. Fought for. Foul called. And Ted Benson, I believe, has picked up the personal, his first of the game. So Benson with his first foul of the ball game, 7th Indiana team foul, and the ball going to the free throw line, and Marquette's under the floor for the 1-and-bonus.
Well, the kind of calls we're getting today here, John, is the kind that are hurting Indiana because they are a physical team, and the officials are just not letting them play that way.
62% free throw shooter at the line, and Gary Rosenberger. Rosenberger, a 6-foot sophomore from Milwaukee, 2.7 scoring average in the year. He already has a bucket in the ball game. So he goes to the stripe with 1-and-1. He can cut the lead. Indiana's Tommy Abernathy with a rebound. On Abernathy's back, Bo Ellis with no call. Here is Radford off to Bobby Wilkerson. Wilkerson now circles it back outside. 1-2-2 zone defense being used by Marquette. Buckner in the corner pass to Radford. Radford back outside of Buckner, inside of Benson. Turns around, knocked away, and pulled away by Marquette. 30-25. Marquette trailing by 5. A chance again to cut the lead down to 3. Here's the pass, Walton to Rosenberger, down to the corner to Ellis. Back outside to Tatum on the drive. Shot is up, around, good. Earl Tatum with his 14th point of the game. 30-27 to score. A 3-point lead right now for Indiana. It's been cut from 11 points. And so Marquette on a strong comeback. Wilkerson into Benson. Turns around to Radford. Jump shot by Wayne. Around, no good. And Indiana's shooting is really falling off now as Tatum comes up with a rebound. Now across the timeline, Lloyd Walton. 5:52 to go in the first half. Walton to Rosenberger. Now inside Ellis. And Ellis back out to Whitehead. A long jump shot in the air. Good. Whitehead with his 5th point, and the lead has been cut to 1. And a timeout, Indiana. It'll score Indiana 30, Marquette 29. 5:39 to go in this first half. We'll be back in 1 minute after the 60-second break. This is the WIRE Hoosier Energy Basketball Network. The Assembly Center at Baton Rouge, Louisiana, on the campus of Louisiana State University. Indiana leads Marquette by only a point, 30-29 with 5:39 to go in this first half of basketball. Indiana had as much as an 11-point lead early. Scotty May out of the ball game now with 3 personal fouls. That's made a difference. Indiana's shooting has really fallen off.
It has. They've hit only 1 out of their last 5 shots. They're now 15 of 26 for 58%. Marquette 13 of 24 for 54%. So they have hit 5 of their last 6 shots. That's how this thing has turned around.
Well, Benson, Radford, Abernathy, Buckner, and Cruz. Jimmy Cruz now the ball game for Indiana. So Bobby Wilkerson takes the rest. Jerome Whitehead, Butch Lee, Lloyd Walton, Tatum, and Ellis coming into the ball game now for Marquette. Indiana will have the ball with a 1-point lead. Full court pressure being applied by the Marquette Warriors. Jimmy Cruz slaps the basketball, fakes it, fires it up court to Wayne Radford, and Radford steps on the line. Comes Butch Lee down the right side to the corner. Lee bounces back outside Ellis. Ellis now looking in. Can't find the cross-court pass, goes to Lee to Whitehead. He tries to work, can't do it. Back outside to Lee. Now with Ellis down in the corner. It comes to Tatum. Tatum on the dribble against Radford. Circles to the right side. Buckner gets knocked down. Back off to Butch Lee. He drives it. He fires. He misses the shot. Rebound, Kent Benson got hammered again, and Tatum is finally called for the foul. Earl Tatum picks up his second foul of the ball game. Indiana will get it out of bounds. That's only the 14th foul called against Marquette. 5:10 to go in this first half. Indiana a 1-point leader. They bring out a mop now to wipe off the floor from the perspiration when Buckner hits the deck down low. Now coming into the ball game, new face for Marquette, Bill Neary, a 6'5 junior from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. He replaced Earl Tatum for Arrest, who has been the hot hand for Marquette with 14. Now Jimmy Cruz off the midcourt line. Cruz right side of Wood. With a Tommy Abernathy. Jimmy directing traffic to Abernathy. Abernathy back to Cruz. Long jumper by Jim. Good. Jimmy Cruz tops his first bucket of the ball game on his first attempt, and it's 32-29. Scott May has been on the bench for a long time now with 3 personal fouls. He has 4 points in the game. Here is Bo Ellis looking, crossing the key on the dribble, driving left side. Stops. Jumper. Good. Bo Ellis tops his 8th point of the ball game. 4:31 left in this first half, and Marquette trailing by 1. 32-31 the score. Indiana on top with Cruz on the dribble right to the wing. Baseline pass to Radford. Wayne dribbles looking for Benson. Can't find him. Now Radford shoots and misses. Rebound taken by Neary rather for Marquette. Off to Butch Lee and down the floor to Walton. And now Marquette a chance to take the lead. Across the timeline. Here's Walton. Walton with a basketball. Gives away to Bo Ellis. Ellis goes down toward the corner against Abernathy. Spins away from him. Stops. Cross-court bounce pass to Butch Lee. Now on the left side, it comes to Neary. Back outside to Butch Lee. Top of the lane. Driving drive right. Does. Shot is up. No good. Rebound fought for. Hammered inside. Was Indiana, and Bo Ellis called for the foul. Ellis has his second foul to throw the right side of the wing. Cut off. Looks in. Trying to cross-court. Does to Abernathy. Back into Benson. Shot partially blocked. Malavicious fake. Shot is up. It's around. No good. And a whistle and a foul inside. Bernard Toon, I believe, is going to be called for the personal. Bernard Toon picks up the personal foul, his first of the ball game. And so going to the free throw line will be Rich Malavicious with 2 shots coming. Walton's quickness has been effective, Max. He's still limping a little bit out there.
Yeah, he has. You can see something. He's got bound around the calf, but he still is so quick.
Malavicious pops home a free throw, an important one, his first point of the ball game. 33-31 in Indiana by 2, and Val trying to make it a 3-point IU lead with 3:35 to go. That's the first free throw. The second is up in the air, no good. Rebound is pulled away by Bernard Toon. So Indiana at the free throw line for the first time today converts on 1 out of 2. Here is Lloyd Walton now for Marquette. Right side of Bernard Toon. Toon has replaced Bo Ellis in the ball game. Here's a pass back outside to Whitehead, now away to Neary, and back outside to Toon. And now Marquette playing kind of a 4-corner offense out there, trying to run that clock down. 33-31 the score, and Indiana's just back, not going after him right now. And Lloyd Walton with the ball, flips it away to Butch Lee. Lee with it on the dribble. And, well, the official is saying move the ball toward the basket to the offensive ball club, Marquette. And here's the pass to Neary now. Neary gives it away. It comes outside to Butch Lee, and Lee dribbling right side. 2:45 down on the clock now. Here's Walton driving inside. Fires it out to Lee. Lee against Cruz in the corner to Walton. Long jumper is up. No good. Rebound. Abernathy got hammered underneath, and Whitehead comes up with the ball. Here's another long jumper. It's no good. Battle for it underneath. There's a foul called. Who's it going to be on? Whitehead is called for the foul, I believe.
Oh, he is really coming under.
7% of the year from the free throw stripe. Shot is up. Good. Quinn has got 7 now. Recent ball games, Max, his confidence has picked up at the stripe, it seems, as well as the rest of his shooting.
He's hit some very key ones, as we both know.
So Buckner again will have one more, and he can make the Indiana lead a 4-point advantage with 2:29 left in this first half. Buckner eyes it, flies it, misses. Rebound Benson, knocked away from him, pulled off in there by Bernard too. It comes to Tatum. Gives away to Walton. Indiana by 3, 34-31. Marquette ball, and Neary with it outside to Walton. Walton on the fake, fires a long jumper. It's no good. The rebound, Whitehead with a basketball. He goes back to Walton, and Walton flies again, and this time he got it. Lloyd Walton with his first field goal of the day. He's got 2. 34-33, Indiana by 1 with exactly 2 minutes to go first half. Marquette in a 1-2-2 zone. Cruz inside of Abernathy. Dribbles through the baseline. Back to Cruz. Jimmy fires a long bomb short. Rebound knocked away to Valavicius. Outside pass to Cruz. Now to Abernathy. Tommy drives. Baseline. Shot. Good. Great move by Abernathy. Tommy with his 4th point of the game. 36-33 the score. Indiana again by 3. Walton with the ball, brings it across the timeline. High bounce. Now goes down to the low side. Right side on the wing against Quinn Buckner. Back outside to Neary. Back to Walton. Walton faking. Now fires the long bomb again. Missed it. Rebound knocked away inside. A foul called. Who's it going to be on? Abernathy. Shooting team. Shot is up and good. Bernard Hill with his first point of the day and an opportunity for one more. 1:23 to go. 36-34, and he can cut the lead down to 1. Toon, 6'8", freshman from Yonkers, New York, flies it in the air and cans it. Bernard Toon with his second point of the game. It's back to an Indiana 1-point lead at 36-35. Now, Quinn Buckner gives it away to Jimmy Cruz, and Cruz now will walk it up across the timeline. Cruz now gets it across the stripe. And he brings it out to the left corner now. Indiana wanting Marquette to come out after them on that zone defense. Jimmy Cruz way away. Nobody guarding him within 6 feet. Back to Quinn Buckner. And Buckner saying to official Irv Brown, they got to come out after us, do they not? And they finally do within 6 feet. So Cruz with the basketball holds on. Holding on to the basketball. Fires it away to Buckner. Walton and the official Irv Brown having a little confrontation out there, a discussion we should say. Jimmy Cruz faking, giving away to Tommy Abernathy. Back to Quinn. Buckner looks. Back outside to Cruz. 37 seconds to go. Indiana by 1. 36-35. Off to Benson. Benny back outside to Jimmy Cruz now. 30 seconds left. Cruz lobs it away to Buckner. Buckner holding on to it. Back to Benson. Kent looking at the cross-court possibility. Nobody coming after him. 18 seconds to go. Back off to Buckner. Outside to Cruz. 15 seconds left. Jimmy holds on. Cross-courts it again with 10 seconds to go. Buckner with him. Now Quinn Buckner says go. Jimmy Cruz with the offense. 7 seconds. Looks. Bounces to Buckner. Quinn back outside and looking at his foul. Traveling violation. Buckner called for traveling. Bobby Knight saying, okay, don't worry about it. 2 seconds left. Marquette will have the ball. So Lloyd Walton will make the inbounds play. The play was away from us, so there's no way we could tell whether he did or not, but it sure looked like he got hammered out there by Walton. So now, the offense for Marquette being set up. Here's the baseball pass, and it's going to Toon, long 30-footer, and that's it. End of the first half. He missed the shot and the score. Indiana 36, Marquette 35. We'll be back with our halftime show after the 60-second break. This is the WIRE Hoosier Energy Basketball Network. Let's look at the individual scoring in the first half. First of all, for the Marquette Warriors, Earl Tatum has fired home the top points for them with 14 in the first half. He had 6 field goals and a pair of free throws for 14 at the half. He has also picked up 1 personal foul. For Bernard Toon, 2 free throws, 2 points at the half. He has 1 personal foul. Gary Rosenberger has a field goal for 2 points at half. For Maurice Boellis, he has 4 field goals, 8 points at the half, and 2 personal fouls. For Jerome Whitehead, 2 field goals, 1 free throw, 1 personal foul, a total of 5 points at the half. Lloyd Walton has a field goal for 2 at half. Butch Lee has a field goal for 2 at half. He has 1 personal foul. Looking at the individual scoring for Indiana in the first half of play, Scott May sat out about 13 minutes for the first half with 3 personal fouls. May with 2 field goals, 3 personals, a total of 4 points. Jeff Benson has 6 field goals, a total of 12 points at the half. Bobby Wilkerson has 2 field goals for 4 points at halftime, 1 personal foul. Benson has 1 personal. Quinn Buckner has 7 points on 3 field goals and 1 free throw, 2 personal fouls, a total of 7 now for Quinn Buckner. And as we said, Wayne Radford with a field goal, as did Jimmy Cruz, both with 2 points at the half. 1 point for Rich Valovicius from the free throw line to round out the individual scoring for IU. Max, how about a look at those team statistics?
Right, John. In the first half, Indiana hit 17 out of 30 shots. That's considerably less than they were hitting at the very beginning, with still some outstanding shooting. That's like 56.7%. For the Marquette Warriors, they had 15 of 33, and that is 45%. Indiana, as you may recall, started out the game hitting their first 6 shots. And they were hitting at one point 14 out of 20 for 70%. But with Scott May going out and Kent Benson cooling off a little bit, they dropped off in their shooting. And here at halftime, they lead by just the 1 point, 36-35. From the foul line, Indiana is 2 of 4. The Marquette Warriors 5 of 7. Indiana's biggest lead, 11 points in that first half, but a 4-minute and 56-second drought, with Indiana leading by a score of 30-19 before Indiana could get back on the board. They were leading by a 30-29 score, and since then it's been really nip and tuck. Well, here at halftime again, the score 36-35, Indiana on top of Marquette. We'll be back with our halftime guest, Athletic Director Paul Diesel of Indiana University after the 60-second break. This is the WIRE Hoosier Energy Basketball Network. Back again at Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Indiana leading Marquette by a score of 36-35. We're at halftime in the championship game of the Mid-East Regionals. Alongside me is Paul Diesel, who is now on the job as athletic director. We've talked to him a couple of times, but he was trying to get himself relieved from duties down in the Ohio Valley. And Paul, welcome officially now to Indiana University.
Thank you very much, Max. I'll assure you, it's a real pleasure to be on board. I must say I picked a very opportune time to join. I can't imagine a better time than when your team is in the regional play, and of course I'm very, very proud of the way they've conducted themselves so far.
Paul, this is your hometown down here. For a while when you were with the LSU Tigers, the Chinese Bandits of fame and so forth, I suppose you've had quite a time since you came back down here.
Well, it's been a lot of fun because, you know, it's been almost 20 years since I first came down here, and we were here 7 years, so coming back and seeing a lot of our old friends is a real pleasure. Tonight after the game, we're a lot of my old players are going to have a party for me, and so Ann and I are looking forward to that. But all of those things are really incidental to what we're here for. And at this stage in the game, I guess I can't imagine when I have been more nervous, upset, or excited at a basketball game than I was in our Alabama game just a couple of days ago. I don't think I was ever so nervous in my life, and I thought we beat a real fine team. And then today, it's more of the same, because when you get to this stage, there isn't anyone in the tournament that's not really a top-notch team. And we knew before we started that we were going to be playing one of the great basketball teams in the country. They've only lost one game this year. They're ranked number 2, as everyone knows. But I think that they have an awful lot of ability. Now, we jumped out to about a 9-point lead, and it looked awfully easy. I just couldn't believe it was going to be that easy, and as it turns out, it isn't. We jumped into some foul trouble with Scott May getting 3 very questionable calls. Of course, I'm very prejudiced, but that kind of made a change in us, and still, even with Scotty out of there, we managed to stay. We're still ahead by 1 point, but we are still ahead, and I think that that's a tribute to the way the rest of the gang on the team picked up the slack for them. So I've really been proud of this team. I guess the reason I was so doggone nervous is that I don't think I've ever been around a basketball coach that I've been as close to as I have Bobby Knight through the years. And then, of course, I've gotten acquainted with the players on the Indiana squad. And they're such a super bunch of young men that I don't think anyone that has any association with them would not be impressed with the caliber that they are.
Back once again at the Assembly Center, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Mid-East Regional Championship. Indiana 36, Marquette 35 at the half. We're set for the second half tip-off. Indiana, of course, up by 11 at one point in the first half. Had to stifle off a Marquette surge late in the first half. Scott May sat out 13 minutes. With 3 personal fouls, only 4 points. Ken Benson picked up the slack with 12 points in the first half of play. We're about set for the second half tip-off. And a look now, Jimmy Cruz is in the ball game, and one of the guys in place of Bobby Wilkerson, Scott May, Jim Cruz, Ken Benson, Tom Abernathy, and Quinn Buckner. Bo Ellis go by Indiana's Tom Abernathy. Abernathy got the tip away from Benson and off to Cruz, and Jimmy brings it across the midcourt line. Cruz dribbling toward the right side. Stops on the wing. Looks for help. Bounces to Benson. Benny inside. Looking. Now dribbles with it. Across. Turns around. Back outside to Quinn Buckner. Baseline to May. Scotty turns around. Dribbles to the wing. Off to Abernathy. Tom now brings it back to Jimmy Cruz. Cruz looking for help. Goes to Ken Benson. Off to Quinn Buckner. Whistle blows. Inside. What do we got? Foul call against Marquette. Foul is called against Lloyd Walton, his first foul of the ball game.
I think when referee Twitty blows his whistle, everybody holds their breath trying to figure out who he's going to call it on next.
The pass inside, Scott May to Jimmy Cruz. Cruz looks and now dribbles it outside against that zone, and Jimmy Cruz just standing back and waiting. Now Jimmy starts to move. Bounces away to Scott May. Scotty inside the Buckner, knocked away and picked off by Tatum. Bad pass inside, and Marquette's got the ball, trailing by 1 and a chance to take the lead to start the second half. Here is Butch Lee to Bo Ellis. Back outside to Lee. Lead riding right. Goes to the baseline. Cut off in there. Now looking for the shot. Fires it up, and got it. Butch Lee gives Marquette the lead for the first time in the ball game. 37-36 to start the second half. Jimmy Cruz across the timeline now. Bounces away to Scott May. May bounces to Quinn Buckner in the corner. Quinn fires a jump shot up. No good. Rebound Butch Lee. Lee clears the board for Marquette. Down the floor, Lee across the midcourt line. Goes right side, Earl Tatum. Tatum now against May. Back outside, it comes to Lee. Lee driving toward the corner baseline. Stops. Jump shot in the air. No good. Rebound. Scott May's got it. And a foul called in Jerome Whitehead. Whitehead called for a second foul of the ball game. Championship game. Jimmy Cruz on the drive for IU. Stops and gives to Buckner. Now left side to May. Long bomb gone. Johnny May with a 6-point of the ball game. 38-37. IU by 1. Now Marquette comes back the other way as Lloyd Walton brings it across the line to Butch Lee, not Earl Tatum. Tatum with the ball, tries the circle, gives to Bo Ellis. Ellis off to Lee. Lee on the drive to the corner, gives to Walton. Walton against Buckner now, driving to the baseline, underneath. Passes outside, it goes to Tatum. He lost it, picked up by Tommy Abernathy on the steal. Now Jimmy Cruz brings it back the other way. Cruz to the top of the lane, driving right, gives to Buckner. Quinn dribbles once, traveling violation on Buckner. So that is the 9 against Jimmy Cruz. Looking inside, can't find Whitehead, flips it back out to Tatum. Now to Lee again. Lee trying to drive the baseline, comes back to Walton. Walton away to Tatum, way outside. Tatum now driving toward the left side corner, faking. Back out to Walton. Walton now again to Tatum on the wing. Tatum fires from 20 feet, no good. Rebound, loose ball, picked up by Tommy Abernathy. Ab clears the Kent Benson up court to Scott May. May now down the right side, stops, looks for help, throws it down and gets it back out to Abernathy. Now to Jimmy Cruz. Cruz with the basketball on the dribble. Bounces to the corner to May. May's jump shot up. Good. Johnny May has got his 8 points. 40-37. Indiana by 3 now. 16:47 to go in the final half of basketball. Here's the pass to Butch Lee. Lee down the right side on the wing. Comes back outside of Tatum. Now with a Walton left side on the wing. He fires a long jump shot. Around, no good. Rebound tipped up by Ellis. No. Battle point underneath. We got a foul call. It's going to be against Whitehead. Jerome Whitehead with his 3rd personal foul. So Whitehead now with 3 personals. Indiana basketball once again. The Hoosiers with a 3-point lead, a chance to increase it.
This thing's going exactly the opposite this half now as far as fouling is concerned. The Warriors picking up all the early fouls.
Now, Buckner and Cruz discussing it as they bring the ball across the timeline, and Jimmy Cruz works it across the stripe, the high bounce. Dribbles to the right side of the circle, into Benson. Benny baseline, fakes, turns around, back to Jimmy Cruz. Cruz to Abernathy. Baseline jumper by Tom. Long, rebound tipped up, a battle for it. A fight underneath, and it's picked up by Earl Tatum. Tatum to Lloyd Walton, and Walton across the midcourt line. Walton with the basketball. Outside on the dribble. Stops, gives the Bo Ellis left side. Ellis now against Abernathy. Bounces it off to Tatum. They're checking Whitehead. Now to Walton. Walton's jumper off the glass. No good. Rebound fought for. Bo Ellis has got it. Out to Butch Lee. Lee right side to Walton. Walton now bringing it back outside again to set up the offense. Indiana's man-to-man has been tough. Ellis now cross court to Whitehead. Whitehead, long jump shot up, good. 15-foot jumper by Whitehead for his 7th point of the game. 3-2 zone. Cruz passes to Scott May. Jumper in the air. Going again. Scott May now with 10. Indiana up to a 3-point lead one more time. 42-39 the score. Here's Cruz trying to steal. He fell down. Across the timeline, this is Earl Tatum. Tatum to the baseline. Cut off. Fires the jumper off the glass in there. Tatum now with 16 points. 14 of those in the first half. 42-41. Trading buckets now, and Indiana by 1 point. Hoosier basketball. Jimmy Cruz behind the back to Tom Abernathy. Baseline jumper is good. Tom Abernathy was 6. 44-41. And Indiana back to a 3-point advantage. Across the timeline with the ball is Butch Lee. Lee now outside. Right side pass to the wing to Bo Ellis. Ellis now dribbles once, gives it outside to Lee again. Lee to the left side. Tries to cut the corner. Shot is up. No good. Rebound tipped up around by Whitehead. No again. A battle. A foul on Benson. Ken Benson bounds will be made by Walton. He fires it out to Butch Lee. Lee now. Left side pass on the wing. It goes to Ellis. Bo Ellis outside again to Lee. Lee to the right side on the wing to the baseline. Cut off. Now circles it out again to the wing. Flips it away to Bo Ellis to Tatum in the corner to Walton. Jumper in the air is no good. Rebound Benson. He was hammered again. Whitehead shot number 4. Jerome Whitehead with his 4th personal foul. Benson easily with a rebound that time, and the arm was wrapped around him. And so 4 personals down at time out of the ball with a score. Indiana 44, Marquette 41, 14-17 to go in the basketball game, and we'll be back in 1 minute. This is the WIRE Hoosier Energy Basketball Network. May with the ball, dribbles it out of trouble, up court to Tommy Abernathy. The break is on. Tommy stops, passes to Benson, lost it, got it back. Kent turns around, shoots and scores. Benson now with 14 points, his first 2 in the second half. 46-41 IU by 5. Here is Butch Lee. Down to Bo Ellis. Ellis now holding in the right wing, back to Lee. Lee now driving right side. Stops. Picked off again, giving to Bo Ellis. Back to Lee in the corner. Lee holding. Again to Bo Ellis. Outside of Walton. Right side pass on the wing to Tatum. Tatum holding against Murray. Bounces it back to Walton. Walton scrambling for it. Saves it from going over and back. Walton now down to the left side wing. Lloyd Walton on the dribble. Brings it back outside again to Butch Lee. Lee holding the basketball, gives it away to Tatum. Earl Tatum against Scott Murray. Pass the screen, jump shot up, no good. Rebound, picked off by Walton. Lloyd Walton from Marquette. Brings it back out of side again. And he's dribbling slowly, walking the ball, giving to Tatum. Tatum now bounces away to Jerome Whitehead. Inside of Bo Ellis. Ellis had it knocked away by Cruz. Scramble. Tommy Abernathy with a save on the steal. Baseball pass to Quinn Buckner, and Buckner slows it down. Buckner now gets it away to Jimmy Cruz. Cruz with the basketball. Inside of Abernathy. Jumper in the air. Good! Tommy Abernathy with his 8th point of the ball game. And Indiana takes the lead. Al Maguire on the floor. He should have gotten a technical. I don't know if he did or not. 48-41, Indiana by 7. Time out of the ball with 12:54 to go in this ball game, and Indiana suddenly jumps and butts by 7 points. Well, Al Maguire finally picked up the technical foul, Max, after he had walked around a little bit. He went over and kicked the table at the scorer's bench, and that got the technical from Irv Brown. And Scotty May hits the technical time. May has got his 11th point of the game, and Indiana takes a 49-41 8-point lead over Marquette, and Indiana will have a basketball back again.
That's a costly technical because Marquette had the ball. He not only lost the point, he lost the ball.
Al Maguire is still walking around over there. This could turn into a 3-point. Cruz now works outside, slowly on the dribble. Works it left, to the wing. Now looks for help. Still on the move against Walton. Jim Cruz with the basketball, crossing over outside, looking against the zone, dribbling right, giving away to Buckner. Bounce pass to May. Scotty back to Quinn. Back to May again. Fakes the shot, dribbles it. Tatum fell on him and no call. Here is May again, holding the ball, right side pass to Jimmy Cruz. Cruz to Quinn Buckner. Buckner stops, back to Cruz. Cruz looks in the corner for May. Can't find him. Holds onto it. Looks for help. Gives to Kent Benson. Out to Buckner. Quinn looks. Inside of Benson. Jump shot up. No good. Rebound fought for. Out of bounds. Indiana will have it. Butch Lee touched it last. Side of Jimmy Cruz. Cruz has come in to stabilize this team. Jimmy gives away to Buckner. And a foul going to be called on Tatum. Tatum now picks up personal foul number 3. So his third of the ball game. And that'll send Indiana to the free throw line again. And Al Maguire, I believe, wants another timeout. Timeout on the floor. The score, 12:09 to go in the ball game. Indiana leads it 49-41 over the Marquette Warriors. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is the WIRE Hoosier Energy Basketball Network. Once again, back at the Assembly Center, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Don Fischer along with Max Sherman. The score, Indiana 49, Marquette 41. 12:09 to go in the basketball game. IU ball. Tommy Abernathy gives to Quinn Buckner. And Buckner now looks inside, passes it back outside to Jimmy Cruz. Inside of Abernathy, back to Quinn, and Quinn on the dribble, bounces away to Cruz. Jim Cruz now dribbling the ball outside again, working it. Gives inside of Benson, outside of Buckner. Buckner now on the dribble. Back away to Jimmy Cruz. Cruz just directing traffic out there. Marquette in his zone defense, not coming out very quickly after Indiana, and the clock is running with 11:40 to go. Here is Buckner now. Back outside of Cruz in the corner. Jimmy back off to Buckner. Buckner against the zone. They want Marquette to come out of that zone defense, at least a lot farther out than they have been. Cruz now. Stands back outside, gives to Scott May, again to Jimmy Cruz, and right back off to Quinn Buckner into Benson and back to Buckner. Now away to Cruz. Indiana wants Marquette out of that zone. Here comes Cruz holding on to it. Jimmy faking, looking. Walton now within 6 feet, so he can hold on to it forever. Now to Benson and back to Jimmy Cruz. Cruz holding on again. Just standing with the basketball. Back off to Quinn Buckner. Buckner holds on to it, looks inside, back outside to Jimmy Cruz. Cross-court pass that time from Quinn. Now away to Cruz. Cruz holding on again as Walton comes up to picking up a little tighter. Walton is the only man really outside. Here is Quinn Buckner now dribbling toward the basket. Spins back outside. Again to Jim Cruz. 10:38 to go. The clock is running down, and Indiana wants Marquette out of that zone, and now they come out of it, and here comes Benson off to Cruz and back outside to Scott May. Now to Cruz. Cruz crosses back to May. May down the lane, puts it up. He had it blocked away, a goaltending. Goaltending against Bo Ellis, and Scott May picks up his 13th point of the game. 51-41, and now Indiana leads it by 10. 10:20 to go. Their biggest lead in the game was 11 in the first half, only to have Marquette cut it down to 1 at halftime. Here is Butch Lee. Lee down in the corner, baseline, turns around, looks for help. Can't find Bo Ellis, turns around again, and he couldn't get rid of it. And there'll be a jump ball. Jimmy Cruz is playing a super basketball game for Indiana. He has really stabilized this Hoosier club. Lee and Cruz now jump it up, tap back outside, and Buckner comes up with a loose ball. Now Indiana a chance to come up to a 12-point lead. Buckner now against Butch Lee down the left side, spins back right, lost it, got it back, flips it back out to Cruz. Jimmy Cruz now holds on to it. Walton comes out to pick him up. Down in the corner to Kent Benson. Benson now looks, crosses over to Buckner at the key. Now Quinn back to the wing, bounces back to Benson. Benson looks inside, out to Abernathy. Tommy against Whitehead. Top of the key dribble, working with it, going toward the right side, coming back left. Still going toward the right now, driving and stopping his dribble. Gives out to Buckner. Buckner looking inside, goes to the baseline, cut off, jump shot in the air by Quinn. Around, no good, battle underneath. May had it, knocked away. Scramble for the loose ball, and a jump ball call. Ellis, Scott May, and Quinn Buckner all diving in there for the basketball. And they'll jump it up at the attacking circle of Indiana.
Don, we're really seeing a battle between Tatum and May. They're both doing a lot of pushing in there, although I think Tatum's doing a little more right now. It's going to be interesting to see if either picks up their fourth and who it is and how soon it comes.
Well, both have 3 personal fouls, and they're going head-to-head in a battle this afternoon. Tatum with 16 points. Scott May now with 13. The tip. Buckner had it, but it was tapped back outside to Whitehead, and now Tatum with it, and he gives away to Butch Lee. Marquette brings it back down the floor. Butch Lee with a basketball. 9:14 to go. Lee down the middle. Puts the shot up. It's no good. Rebound. Lee again. Knocks away and a block by Benson. Walton picks up the ball to Lee again. He shoots it up and missed it. Rebound tip. Scotty May got it. Whitehead battles for it. He missed the shot. Knocked out of bounds. Indiana ball. And Al Maguire wants another timeout. Timeout on the floor. The score. Indiana 51, Marquette 41. Maguire coming out on the floor. Lloyd Walton also, and we'll be back after the 60-second break. This is the WIRE Hoosier Energy Basketball Network. 8 minutes and 59 seconds. All that remain on the clock here in this basketball game this afternoon from the Assembly Center at Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The Mid-East Regional Championship at Indiana 51, Marquette 41.
Marquette hitting only 3 of 16 shots here in the second half for 188. Indiana 7 of 12 for 58%.
Okay, Indiana will have a basketball. Jimmy Cruz against full court pressure now applied by Marquette. Gets it into Scott May. May looking for help. Now dribbles it out of trouble across the timeline against Tatum. Scott holds it up, gives away to Jimmy Cruz. Cruz now holding in the corner. Walton coming out after him, and Walton called for a foul. Lloyd Walton reaching in. Here's the pass into Quinn Buckner. Buckner now on the dribble toward the right left corner. Quinn on the dribble against Lee. stopping and holding, looking, inside pass to Abernathy. Tommy baseline to Benson. Benson brings it back outside, gives away to Scott May. May now dribbles inside of Benson again, knocked away, and Tatum steals and saves it to Bo Ellis. Indiana by 10, but Marquette with the basketball. 8:25 to go in the basketball game. Here is Tatum now, working against Scott May. Lobs to the cross, goes to Walton with a pass. He goes to the baseline, back outside. The pass comes away to Tatum. Tatum now, back off to Walton. Again to Tatum. Tatum works it outside to Butch Lee. Now away to Bo Ellis, left wing. Ellis back away to Lee. Lee driving right side, trying to get past Buckner. Now fires a long jump shot, no good. Rebound Tatum, back up, and good. Earl Tatum now with 18 points. 51-43. Scott May to Quinn Buckner. Up court pass to Jimmy Cruz. Cruz slows it down. 7:50 to go. Indiana by 8, and the Hoosiers trying to make it a 10-point lead. Jimmy Cruz now looks cross court. Can't find his man, and a jump ball called. Jimmy holding on to the basketball, and Butch Lee was right there with him. So Lee and Cruz now will have to jump into the attacking circle of Indiana. Lee stands 6'1", and Cruz standing at 6'5". Jump at the Indiana attacking circle. Herb Brown will toss the ball in the air. Here's the tip. It's controlled by who? Buckner fighting for it. It goes out of bounds, and who got it? Buckner touched it last. It'll belong to Marquette, and a chance now for the Warriors to come back within 6.
Marquette went 7 minutes and 2 seconds without a score a moment ago until they got that basket.
51-43. Marquette on the attack now. The pass off to Tatum. Tatum against May. Fires it out to Walton. Walton now looking for the jumper. Can't find it. Goes to Butch Lee. Lee on the baseline drive. Inside. Passes underneath. Knocked away. Jimmy Cruz will be called for a foul. Cruz is called for a foul underneath. A good pass inside that time. And Bo Ellis will go to the free throw line. Ellis a 75% free throw shooter. The first time today, however, he's been at the stripe. He has 8 points, all scored in the first half. Tommy Abernathy has done a tremendous job on him. Cruz comes out for a rest. Bobby Wilkerson comes into the ball game. And Max, I got to think that Jimmy Cruz did one sensational job while in there.
I'm sure he's a little weary, too. He hasn't played that much basketball recently. Marquette hit only 1 out of their last 10 shots prior to that basket when I said they went 7 minutes.
Ellis at the line, free throw good. Bo Ellis now with 9 points. His first point of the second half. There's 7:21 remaining in this game. It's 51-44. Indiana leading Marquette. Now it stays that way as Bobby Wilkerson gets the missed free throw shot on the rebound, and Indiana now on the attack again with Wilkerson across the line against Tatum. Bounce pass to Abernathy. Tommy on the hold. Dribbles it to the top of the key. Looks, goes to Benson. Benny had it knocked away, saves it. Goes to the corner to Quinn Buckner, and he threw it away. Quinn was trying to go baseline to Scott May with a pass.
Wendy, interrupt this Indiana University basketball game for this special weather bulletin. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for persons in Warren, Fountain, and northern Vermilion counties. In west central Indiana, the warning is in effect until 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A severe thunderstorm was indicated by radar 15 miles west of Danville, Illinois at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is moving toward the east-northeast at about 45 miles per hour.
Scott May goes away to Bobby Wilkerson, and now Indiana a chance again. Off that lead. They lead 51-44. Walton against Wilkerson. Toward the corner to bounce pass to Scott May. May now dribbling against Tatum. Flips it back outside to Abernathy. Now to Benson. Inside to May. Lost it. Got it back. And he stepped on the line. Or bounced it on the line. One. And Indiana Butch Lee. Left side to Bo Ellis on the wing. Ellis bounces to Whitehead. Whitehead holding. Back outside to Lee. Lee on the baseline. Holding against Wilkerson. Flips it away to Walton. Lloyd Walton now. Dribbling it back out front. Walton holding up a fist. Walton gives to Tatum. Now away to Lee. Butch Lee with the basketball. Inside to Whitehead. Whitehead looks, comes back outside. It goes away to Tatum. Turnaround jumper in the air. It's no good. Rebound Tom Abernathy. Abernathy flips away to Bobby Wilkerson.
Great position on Abernathy's part.
Wilkerson now across the midcourt stripe. Bounce to Abernathy. Tommy on the dribble. Goes for the top of the key. Looking for help. Giving it away to Scott May. 51-44 the score. 5:33 to go. Indiana leading. Here is Buckner bouncing away to Tom Abernathy. Aber looking inside on the dribble now. Working it to the top of the lane. Goes to Scott May with a pass. May drives, fakes the shot, goes back to Abernathy. Tommy bounces away to Quinn Buckner. Buckner now holding onto the basketball into Benson. Turns around, fires away, traveling violation on Benson. That is 4 straight times now. 4 straight times that Indiana's gone down the floor and turned it over. Here is Lloyd Walton. Walton down the lane to the baseline, cut off. Goes back outside to Tatum. Now away to Lee. Lee trying to penetrate. Does. Shot blocked away. Goaltending call against Ken Benson. So Butch Lee gets his 6th point of the game. Bobby Knight didn't like that goaltending call at all. He thought the ball was still on the way up. 51-46. Indiana by 5. Full court pressure being applied by by Marquette. Tommy Abernathy will inbound. Abernathy now against the press by Marquette as Buckner will bring it up the floor across the timeline. Quinn now spins away from Butch Lee, stops his dribble, working on the left side. Gives outside to Tom Abernathy. Now with a May. Scotty dribbles. Inside drive, shot knocked away. Battle for it underneath. Scramble. It's May and a jump ball. Oh, Lloyd Walton. Scott May tried to help him up, and Walton jumping around out there, unhappy about the battle underneath, that something wasn't called. So Walton getting really upset about the fact that there was a real physical test underneath that time, and he wasn't the winner.
Al Maguire was trying to coax the technical there. He was telling Walton to go to the official and ask for a technical.
51-46 the score. Walton. Bobby Knight can't believe that the officials are letting him get away with it. Bo Ellis has stepped in to jump. Ellis and Scott May, the tap, and it's controlled by Walton. Walton on the break. Down the left side. Passes away to Butch Lee. Shot is in the air, in and out, no good. Rebound. And Benson knocked away and a foul. Bo Ellis is called for the foul. On Ellis. That is his 3rd of the ball game. Or check it.
Number 31, Ellis. 3rd foul.
That's the 3rd foul on Ellis. 51-46 the score. So it'll be Kent Benson going to the free throw line. The 17th foul against Marquette. 2 have been called in this game in the second half on Indiana.
Benson has really been shut off here in the second half. He has only 1 basket. He has just not gotten the shot. Marquette playing excellent defense.
So Benny goes to the free throw line. First time today, shot is up, it's good. Benson now with 15, an opportunity for one more. A 68% free throw shooter on the year, averaging 17.1 points a ball game. Benson for one more try. Eyes it, flies it, hits it. 16 now for Benson. 53-46 the score. Indiana leading Marquette right now by a total of 7 again. Here is Walton, right side pass to Tatum on the baseline drive. Stops, threw it away, whistle blows. What do we got? Indiana basketball. Tatum up Penny May. May now bringing it up the floor to Abernathy again. Abernathy gives up to Quinn Buckner, and Rosenberger now in the ball game for Marquette against Quinn. Bounce pass to Benson. He fakes it inside on the pass. Comes out to Abernathy. Tommy holding top of the key to May. Passes inside to Benny. Shot up the great play. Benson now with 18, and Benny cut across the key, and May hit him with a perfect jump pass. Rosenberger. Right side pass Walton. Back to Rosenberger. Rosenberger to the right wing. 55-46 IU by 9. Here's a jumper by Rosenberger in the corner. No good blows. And a foul called underneath. Who's it on? Tommy Abernathy picks up the first one.
Foul field number 33, Abernathy.
So Abernathy has got his 2nd foul of the ball game. And that's going to send, I believe, check it, they're going to take it out of bounds.
Can you believe Marquette hitting only 5 of 27 in this half for 18%? That is really some kind of shooting, isn't it?
Here comes Bernard Toon into the ball game, replacing Jerome Whitehead. So Marquette with a change at center. Lloyd Walton will inbound the ball for Marquette. He does. He gets it into Toon. Toon faking. Lost it, and Buckner on a steal, and then he stepped in the line. So Quinn with a tremendous defensive play. Just didn't come up with it. But the fans here from Indiana are giving him a big hand. Walton again will inbound. He does to Bo Ellis. Outside of Rosenberger. He gives it off to Tatum. Right side of Walton. Walton on the wing. Back to Tatum. 21-foot jump shot. Good. Earl Tatum, his 20th point of the ball game. Full court pressure. Scott May against Tatum. And Scotty May brings it across the timeline. And it's knocked away by Tatum. A fast break. Abernathy knocks it out of bounds. Tries to save it, but he steps on the line. What a play by Tom Abernathy. He saved a fast break bucket there. Looking inside, goes to Bernard Toone. Toone driving left to the baseline. Cut off, shot up. He got it. Great move by Bernard Toone for his 4th point of the game. Tommy Abernathy bounces to Quinn Buckner. The break across the timeline and a double dribble. Bobby Knight off the bench. He can't believe that call, and nobody else can. They call double dribble on Buckner, and Marquette gets the basketball back. Indiana a 5-point leader. Lloyd Walton now with the basketball. Directing traffic for Marquette. 3 minutes exactly left in the game. Here is Tatum. Tatum off to Bernard Toone. Toone back to Tatum. Tatum trying to drive across the key. Passes it inside of Walton. Back to Tatum. 22-foot shot. Good. Tatum now with 22. Indiana a 3-point leader. Bobby Wilkerson takes the pass across the timeline, and Wilkerson holds on, giving to Tom Abernathy. 2:36 to go in the ball game. Bounce pass to May. Faking, driving, shooting. It is good. Scott May. What a shot. He's got 15. Indiana the leader, 57-52 over Marquette with 2:29 to the timeline. What a tremendous basketball game. Here is Tatum now, left wing, back outside of Bo Ellis, inside of Toone. Bernard Toone driving, shooting, scoring. Bernard Toone with his second great move. He's got 6. Bobby Wilkerson now, bringing it up the floor across the timeline against Rosenberger. Knocked away, stolen, and knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to Indiana.
Don Marquette went 5 for 27. Now they've gone 6 for 7 in the last 3 minutes.
57-54. Indiana wants a timeout with 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Timeout on the floor. The score, 7. Marquette 54. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is the WIRE Hoosier Energy Basketball Network. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in this basketball game. Indiana leading Marquette 57-54. Tom Abernathy will try to make the inbounds play. Abernathy fires it into Bobby Wilkerson. Wilkerson across the timeline. Throws it down and gives to Quinn Buckner. Buckner now on the dribble. Works it outside against Jerry Rosenberger. Passes away to Tom Abernathy, and Abernathy, top of the key, dribbles left side, knocked away, stolen by Bernard Toone. He lost it, and Scotty May steals it right back again for Indiana. 1:47 to go. Here is Quinn Buckner across the timeline. Buckner down the left side of the wing. Outside pass to Abernathy. Now with a Kent Benson. Then he holds on to it. On the dribble, looking for help. Gives to Buckner. Quinn now holding the ball with 1:34 to go. Outside again to May. 3-point Indiana lead, 57-54. Abernathy now with a basketball against Bernard Toone. Abernathy holds on, flips away to Scott May. May holding outside. He dribbles it once, gives to Quinn Buckner. Buckner now working against Rosenberger. Buckner on the dribble. Dribbling left side. Back to May. Scotty brings it back outside again with 1:10 to go. And there's a foul. Earl Tatum just picked up his 4th foul. Earl Tatum with 4 personal fouls. And the rebound of Marquette's Jerry Rosenberger. So now, Rosenberger across the timeline with 1:02 to go. Lloyd Walton passes to Earl Tatum. Tatum against May. Tatum on the dribble. Fires it outside of Walton. Walton now goes to Neary in the corner. Back outside of Walton. 51 seconds to go. Walton now looking, faking, giving to Bo Ellis. Shot short. Rebound. Kent Benson clears it for IU. Fires away to Bobby Wilkerson. And Wilkerson clears it down the floor with 39 to go. Indiana 39 seconds away from the NCAA Final Four. Wilkerson to Benson. Benny back outside to Abernathy. Off to Scott May. 30 seconds to go. Indiana, Scott May to Tommy Abernathy. Abernathy holding on, and the ball on Tatum, and he's out of the game. Earl Tatum commits his 5th foul and fouls out of the game. 22 points for Tatum. A phenomenal contest tonight for Earl Tatum. A tremendous basketball player for Marquette. And now with timeout on the floor, we'll keep it right here. 25 seconds to go. Indiana 57, Marquette 54. It'll be Scott May going to the free throw line. Al Maguire acting up again.
Al has really been complaining this half. I'm not sure, Don, that he hasn't spent more time complaining than he has coaching. But that remains to be seen. At any rate, Maguire, a heck of a coach. Indiana in this half hitting 9 of 14. And as we mentioned, Marquette 5 of 27 at one point, but now 6 of 7 here in the end. And Tatum, who is the guy who really has been putting it in there, is now on the bench. And the Hoosiers definitely have the advantage here with Tommy Abernathy. And remember him on Thursday night? He's the guy who put them through in Indiana trying to move into the Final Four last year. Remember, they failed it at this point, but today they've got the upper hand.
Well, with 25 seconds to go, Indiana will be at the free throw line with a 3-point lead. The Hoosiers fighting off the number 2 rated team in the country, the Marquette Warriors. A strong first half comeback by Marquette put them within only 1 point, trailing by only 1 1/2. They took the lead very briefly on their first shot of the second half, and Indiana came back, roared to a 10-point lead, has held on ever since.
For that game now, Indiana's 26 of 46, 57%. Marquette 24 of 63, and Al Maguire picked up his second technical.
Well, Maguire got a technical foul. I can't believe he got it. So Abernathy now goes to the line. Maguire just picked up a technical foul. He may get another one. Shot is up by Aber. Good! Tommy Abernathy with his 9th point of the game. He'll have one more, and then it'll probably be Abernathy or May to the line again. Abernathy fires. Hit! Now it's 5 points, and it's out of sight. 25 seconds to go. 59-54. Abernathy again. No good this time. And Tommy gives Indiana 2 out of 3 from the free throw line. Bobby Knight with a smile on his face back. He just looked up at the clock, and Indiana with a 5-point lead. Tommy will inbound it. Abernathy to Wilkerson. Wilkerson fouled by Walton. So Lloyd Walton picks up his 3rd personal foul. I want to tell you, everybody right here at the table with us is just shaking. A tremendous emotional moment for Indiana. Wilkerson to the stripe. Bobby with 4 points in the game, all in the first half. Free throw. He got it. Bobby Wilkerson with 5. 60-54. Indiana's got it. Second shot. Good again. 6 for Wilkerson. 24 seconds left. Butchley down the floor for Marquette. Shot is up good. Lee scores his 8th point of the ball game. Full court pressure. Another foul. Walton, I believe, got the foul again. 61-56 the score. 17 seconds to go. And again, Indiana will go to the free throw line. 61-56. Fans starting to leave this place. You can bet none of them are IU fans. Tommy Abernathy goes to the free throw line. Abernathy to the stripe. 9 points to his credit. A 1-and-1 again. Tom eyes it, flies it, hits it. Tommy Abernathy with 10. An opportunity for one more. 62-56. Second shot. Good again. Tommy now with 11. Indiana 63, Marquette 56. Down the floor, Butchley. Driving shot is up and no good. Rebound fought for, tipped up. 10 seconds to go. Indiana's Bobby Wilkerson got it. Fast break to Buckner. Twin drive. Shoots it up. Goal! 1 second. It's over. Bobby Knight on the bench. And jumping up and down. Indiana's on to the Final Four. What a ball game. 55-56. Indiana by 9 at the horn. What a tremendous feeling for this Indiana ball club. Max, I don't know what he could say anymore.
Don, I think the thing that was really interesting was to see the emotions of Bobby Knight. With 2 seconds to go, Buckner, the clear shot. He was jumping up and down like a high school cheerleader, and it was really great to see him because he's so reserved most of the time, but not now.
Well, we'll pause now, and we'll be back with a celebration after the 60-second break. This is the WIRE Hoosier Energy Basketball Network. But I'll tell you one thing, there's celebration for Indiana fans here tonight. What a ball game. Indiana wins at 65-56 over number 2 rated Marquette. A tremendous basketball game all the way. Marquette never gave up. They kept coming back. Only in the final 30 seconds or so, actually 25 seconds, was it really decided, and a tremendous, tremendous victory for Indiana. They are 30-0 on the season. They go to the NCAA Final Four in Philadelphia next Saturday, Max. And I can only say this is about as emotional a moment as I've ever spent at a microphone.
Well, it's been a tough way to go. They had a tough round, as we said early in the year. Only Alabama probably had it tougher because they had to play us. But they've played everybody tough, and they've made it to the Final Four now. And it's really setting up, Don, as a possibility of an all Big Ten final, you know. Michigan is already there, so the Hoosiers now will play the winner of UCLA and Arizona. So it's going to be a tough one out there. But Indiana, with a veteran team coming back, doing what they could not do last year when Scott May got hurt. This year they were healthy all the way. They are still undefeated.
Well, let's look at the individual scoring while we have a moment here. First of all, for the Marquette Warriors, 8 points for Butch Lee. Lloyd Walton scored 2 points in the ball game. That had to be one of the keys, Max. Only 2 points for Lloyd Walton. And Bo Ellis in the second half picked up only 1 point. So those were the 2 key guys that Indiana really took the game away from. Walton with 2. Jerome Whitehead with 7. Bo Ellis with a total of 9. Only 1 in the second half. Earl Tatum with 22. 6 for Bernard Toone. And 2 for Gary Rosenberger. For Indiana, Quinn Buckner had 7. Bobby Wilkerson 6. 18 for Kent Benson. Scott May with 15. Tommy Abernathy with 11. 2 for Wayne Radford and 2 for Jimmy Cruz. 1 for Rich Valovicic. Top 3 scores again for IU. 18 points for Kent Benson. 15 for Scott May. 11 for Tom Abernathy. The 3 top scores for IU here this afternoon. The 3 top from Marquette. 22 points out of Earl Tatum, who fouled out in the final seconds of the ball game. Also, a 9-point effort out of Bo Ellis and 8 points for Butch Lee. Those are the top 3 scores for Marquette. Max, will look at those teams. Well, I'll hold on here a second. Let me just give you the other scores from this afternoon's other regional finals. In the Midwest, it was Michigan over Missouri, 95-88. So Michigan into the Final Four against the East winner, Rutgers, who beat VMI this afternoon, 91-75. The only game yet to be decided today, UCLA and Arizona out on the West Coast at Pauley Pavilion. Max, look at those team stats.
The only team stats I really have here, Don, Indiana ended up hitting 27 of 47 for 57%. Marquette only 23 of 64 for 36%. You just can't hardly win basketball games, and it's really a tribute to them that they stayed in as long as they did with that kind of shooting. As we mentioned as we went along, only 5 of 27 at one point, but then they came on strong with 6 of 7. And now, here comes the ball club back. I don't know where they've been, but they're coming back out. We'll see if we can intercept somebody, Don.
Well, Quinn Buckner, Bobby Knight, and Ken Benson are the 3 guys that are back onto the floor. I don't see any of the rest of the team coming out.
They're going for a TV interview.
So they're going for television interview only. So apparently there's not going to be a post-game celebration or a tournament presentation or anything like that.
Only to the second place club. They probably do that from
only to the second place club. So that's the story. And again, Indiana now 30-0 in the season. Marquette finishes with a 27-2 record. Definitely a tremendous basketball team, certainly deserving of the number 2 ranking in the country. UCLA, of course, and Arizona battle in the West. to decide Indiana's opponent next Saturday in Philadelphia. We'll just remind our fans right now, and probably a couple more times before we leave the air, that we'll be on the air next Saturday from Philadelphia at 3:55 with a Bobby Knight pregame show over most of these same network stations. So we hope you'll join us for that. And Max, I don't know what really we can add to that, except that it's just a tremendous, tremendous victory, and everybody here I know has just got to be so happy. It's hard to really explain the emotion involved.
Well, it was so disappointing last year. That's the thing you keep thinking about, was last year how disappointing. And this year, this ball club, we really was not given the chance of being quite as tough as last year, but have really come on strong. I do have the individual stats here. Just quickly pick out a few. Benson had a great afternoon, 8 of 12 from the field, and Scott May, 7 of 10 for Marquette. Lee, 4 of 18. And that's the kind of shooting, I think, the comparison that really made the difference here. Indiana hung in tough. Marquette don't take a thing away from that ball club. The only thing I might fault him would be that Al Maguire spent more time baiting the officials in the second half than perhaps he did coaching, and Indiana just kept pouring in.
Well, I don't know what else we can say here from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Here comes Benson and Quinn Buckner and Bobby Knight back out again. I don't know if they're going to be for another interview or not. Max, you might holler at them, see if you might be able to get them. We might be able to get somebody over here at the microphone. Boy, I sure hope so. Bobby and Quinn and Kent coming across the floor now. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get them. Max is hollering at them, but I think they're going off the floor, and there was no way they could hear Max calling for them. That's all right. No problem. We'll just wind things up by saying Indiana the winner again here this afternoon, 65-56 over a tremendous Marquette basketball team. And it's on to Philadelphia, Max Gervin, and we'll be there next Saturday starting again at 3:55 with the Bobby Knight pregame show.
Don, let's don't wait 200 years the next time.
Again, the final score here today. Indiana 65, Marquette 56. Today's game brought to you in part by Hoosier Energy. Hoosier Energy, the electric power supplier for 17 REMCs. Our next broadcast of IU basketball is this coming Saturday when Indiana meets the winner of this afternoon's UCLA-Arizona ball game in the Mideast Regional, or rather in the Final Four at Philadelphia. The Bobby Knight pregame show again next Saturday at 3:55. We hope that you'll join us on most of these same network stations. Now for Max Gervin, this is Don Fischer